Welcome to a new video. In this video I show you how to make beautiful texture on a budget with a cheap clay and some eggshells. I use a small canvas that I painted black, some cheap children's clay, a tea strainer to make extra texture. To glue the texture I'm using Powertex transparent, but you can use any kind of glue you want. The gesso I use to blend my colors. To color, use high pigment colors. I love to use fluid colors, and as always I use also the black bister. And these pigment powders from Powertex, the PowerEffect Violet and King's Blue. These powders are very strong in color. I almost forgot the eggshells. You can find all the materials below this video. I spray water, it will help to stick the clay on the canvas. I take little pieces of clay and glue them on my canvas. The clay will provide already a beautiful texture. You don't need an expensive clay for this kind of textures. Now I'm going to use the Powertex transparent as a glue. Now I'm going to push the clay through the tea strainer, and I use something to make it easier to get the clay through the holes of the tea strainer. If you have enough texture, take it off and put it on the first layer of clay. And that's why it is important you have some glue to glue down the texture on the clay. This is a fun way to play with texture and is also a cheap way to play with texture. The glue is important. When you're done and you let it dry, please check if nothing falls off. You can see some parts are falling off, but it's not much. It's important also to let your first texture dry before you go with a second texture like the eggshells. I love to work with the eggshells in my paintings and my art because it gives another dimension to the texture in your art, and they also take on color in a different way. And again the glue. Some of the eggshell won't stick, and that's okay. Making some extra texture with the clay. Play a little bit more with the texture of the clay. I play a little bit more with clay. I try to bring it on as thin as possible just to get some extra texture. And now I'm using the black bister. That's only because I want to see how the composition is, and it's easier to see how the composition is when it is just one color. Because the texture now is black, also like the background of the canvas, I can easily see what is wrong, in my opinion, with my composition. So I break down the clay again and make the composition more beautiful in the way I think it should be. You can see I clean my palette knife on the canvas just for some extra texture. This way you get not a heavy texture, but just a little bit texture, and it is a nice way to clean your palette knife and get some more extra texture. I start with the LiquidPower red from Powertex. And the PowerEffect violet from Powertex. It's a beautiful color. I sprinkle it in the red, and then I use a spray bottle of water, and then it gives a beautiful pink color. This is an ink spray from Ranger. the spray is spray doesn't work anymore, so I use a pipette. Using my fingers. If you want to know more about my painting techniques and the way I color, the way I use color, and the way I use texture, please, I have a beautiful ebook with 50 pages. I will leave a link below this video. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. And if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and let me know what you think of the video. As always, now is the time to blend the colors and bring some light in the colors with the gesso and the painting roller. But before you start with the gesso, the colors must be dry. Don't you just love this texture? I do. Well, I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye.